Have you ever asked yourself why you crumble when life applies pressure, or why you lash out when someone says something ignorant, or why your stomach clenches when events don't go according to your plan? The answer lies in the fact that you have never been trained to coexist with chaos. You have not conditioned your mind to remain steady when everything around you starts to spin out of control. Society has taught you how to react impulsively, but it has never taught you how to maintain your composure. In a culture that is fueled by outrage, noise, and constant distraction, choosing to be calm is an act of rebellion. This is precisely why this understanding is crucial for you. There is no one coming to rescue you from the turmoil of your own emotions. No one is going to press pause on the storm of life just so you can find a moment to breathe. The world will not wait for you to declare that you feel ready. It is going to throw challenges directly at you and demand that you walk through the fire as if it were a gentle breeze. And if you have failed to construct a type of calm that originates from your core, not the superficial kind that is dependent on silence, comfort, or having things go your way, then you will inevitably break. You will flinch, you will fold, you will lash out, and you will become a slave to the world around you. This is the hard truth that many are too fragile to accept. Being calm is not a natural state of being, it is a trained response. It is an achievement that is earned. It is forged in the flames of discomfort and is put to the ultimate test when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to react. To be composed in any given situation does not imply that you feel nothing. It means that your mind remains steady and unswerving. You can feel the intensity of the heat, but you do not flee from it. You can acknowledge the presence of fear, but you do not surrender to its commands. You can hear the sting of an insult, but you do not lose your internal balance. You exercise control over the one domain that is truly and completely yours, your response. This was the creed that the Stoics lived by. It was the source of their formidable nature, and it is what can make you an unstoppable force. Marcus Aurelius, the ruler of the most powerful empire on earth, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He understood that the only genuine power one can possess is mastery over oneself, not dominance over others, but control over your own inner world. While you cannot always manage what happens to you, you can always manage the narrative you create about it. And that narrative will either cast you as a victim or empower you with calm. If you neglect to discipline your mind, the world will discipline you through anxiety, anger, fear, and regret. Every insult will become a hook that pulls you off balance. Every failure will become a ghost that haunts you. Every delay, every rejection, and every unexpected twist of fate will hijack your nervous system, causing you to behave like a puppet of your emotions. Stoicism, however, teaches you to hold your ground, to stand firm where others tremble, and to breathe steadily when others are consumed by panic. If you desire to be calm in every situation, then you must stop waiting for life to become easy. You must abandon the expectation that people will always be kind, fair, or rational. You must cease anchoring your inner peace to anything that can be taken from you, be it money, success, reputation, comfort, or praise. The brutal truth is this: everything external to you is fragile. Everything outside of your mind is on borrowed time. If your sense of calm is built upon such a temporary foundation, you will be condemned to live in a state of constant fear. Fear of losing what you have, fear of being exposed, fear of chaos. But when your calm is derived from discipline, from unwavering principles, and from the strength of your character, then it makes no difference what life throws your way. You become like a steadfast rock against which the waves crash relentlessly, yet it remains unmoved and untouched. Seneca observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This isn't merely a poetic statement. It is a painfully precise diagnosis. The majority of people are not suffering from their actual circumstances. They are suffering from what they imagine might happen. They are suffering from their interpretations of events, from the stories they have concocted in their own minds, and from expectations that were never guaranteed. A Stoic, however, clears the mind of this internal noise. They refuse to jump to conclusions. They do not waste energy panicking about things that are not immediately in front of them. They see reality for what it is, not what their ego or their fear wants them to see. In that state of clarity, calm becomes a natural consequence because they have removed the primary source of their own suffering, themselves. This is not about being chill or pretending you are indifferent. This is about constructing an inner citadel so resilient that nothing can penetrate its walls unless you grant it permission. This is so that when chaos erupts, when people betray your trust, when your plans fall to ruin, and when the world lets you down, you do not disintegrate. You do not fall apart. You breathe. You assess the situation. You act with reason. But you must begin training for this now. You do not magically become calm when life gets difficult. You become calm long before it does. You must prepare while others are busy being distracted. You must sharpen your awareness while they are chasing fleeting comforts. Epictetus declared, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is not just a motivational platitude. It is a complete way of life. It is the very method by which you become untouchable. So the next time someone insults you, pause. Refuse to react. View it as a test of your training. When your plans collapse, pause. Do not give in to panic. View it as a trial to strengthen you. When the world seems to turn its back on you, pause. Do not desperately chase its approval. View it as an opportunity for refinement. The world will never cease to test you, but calm is how you pass those tests. Calm is how you demonstrate that you have outgrown childish impulses, that you no longer have an appetite for drama, and that you feel no need to justify yourself to every person with an opinion. It shows that you are not manipulated by likes, shares, gossip, or noise, and that your energy is far too precious to be squandered on thoughtless reactions. Make no mistake, calm is not a sign of weakness. It is the embodiment of its opposite. It requires far more strength to remain still than it does to lash out. It demands more courage to respond with measured silence than with an inflated ego. It takes a greater degree of mastery to stay centered than to explode with emotion. You are not obligated to respond to everything. You do not have to accept every invitation to an argument. You are not required to defend your position to people who have already decided against you. That is a state of emotional poverty, chasing every distraction, engaging with every insult, and fighting battles that are ultimately meaningless. The Stoic path is focused, quiet, and immensely powerful. It is not about being noticed by the world. It is about becoming unshakable within it. And as you cultivate more calm, you will find that the world begins to conform to you, not because it has changed, but because you have. People will not know how to deal with your composure. It will disarm and confuse them because most people are addicted to reaction. They thrive on drama, external validation, and chaos. When you refuse to provide it, when you remain grounded while they are losing their composure, they will begin to respect you and perhaps even fear you. That is the power of calm. It makes you formidable. But you must practice this every single day in the smallest of things, in the quietest of moments. When you are stuck in traffic, when another driver cuts you off, when you are forced to wait in a long line, when your phone relentlessly buzzes with notifications, do not allow these minor moments to have power over you. Use them. Convert them into opportunities for training. Calm is not constructed in a single grand moment. It is built through 1,000 unseen decisions, 1,000 instances where you chose stillness over noise, restraint over impulse, and principle over pride. It all begins with a single thought. I do not need to react to everything. Repeat this to yourself every single day.